Elections just got done and over with, yesterday, the day before. So by the time you're seeing this video, yes, it's been that long since. You feel me? Like, I do pre-record these videos. I just want to clarify a little something.
Am I really that much handle? Breaking these niggas down like a camel. You don't really did know you.
Hi guys, what's up? It's your girl, Light Skin Mommy, and we're back with another motherfucking video. If you want to be in my business, my child is outside this door, and I'm kind of, trying to let her do her own thing because her mother is irritated and overstimulated and very to that point. This story time is going to be about how I went through an identity crisis twice in my life, actually. But let me just talk about both of them, because why not? So, as you guys know that's been here for a while, and if you're not and you're new here, hi, it's your girl, Light Skin Mommy. I was adopted at the age of 5. I got adopted with a blood brother of mine. He was 3 and I was 5. And everybody else that was around me was my adopted sibling, adopted aunt, adopted uncle, adopted sister, adopted brother, adopted mother, adopted, the whole family tree, you feel me? And I was with them all the way until I was 18. So there's a little, just a little recap for you guys. So the first time I went through a little identity crisis is because I noticed that I was the lightest out of the bunch, okay? This was before, I was very young. And this was before like 3rd grade year, okay? I'm in my damn near my mid-20s. So 3rd grade year, I went through a little identity crisis because 1, my last name had changed. 2, I went through this thing of why am I the lightest in my family? All my family members around me are dark skinned. So this is before I kind of found out I was adopted. Just battling with myself. I didn't want to ask no questions because I felt like I was going to get in trouble, okay? That's really what her mindset was. I was literally the brightest in the room every single time. And I got made to feel like that outcast because it was always like this thing that I got told by multiple people in the family, but the main one being my adopted mom, where she was like, don't think you're all that because you have pretty long hair and pretty eyes and pretty this and pretty that. Don't think you're all that. Don't think you're above anybody. Never had that feeling of, feeling like I'm above somebody, but hey, she instilled it in me very young. Automatically, I, just had this like outcast feeling already, just being treated like that, getting told that I'm basically making everybody else around me underneath me. And it was like, what could my little, how old are you when you're in 3rd grade? 10, 11, right? Whatever the fuck the age bracket is. I'm like literally around that age. What makes you think I'm thinking I'm better than you? You're a grown woman, That was my mindset, okay? My mindset was also, why am I the brightest? What happened here? Is anybody going to answer some questions as to why I am the brightest in the room? Why am I not everybody else's skin complexion? Why am I not darker? Why is my mom very dark and I'm very bright? Why is my cousin or my niece darker than me? Why is everybody darker than me? I was always the brightest one. So I had questions, okay? I didn't ask them. I didn't want to get in trouble for asking a stupid question, which is not. It was valid. It was very valid. But that was before I knew I was adopted. Come to find out, 3rd grade year, my last name changed. Okay, cool. We went from a very long I was gonna say 9 digits, a 9-letter last name to a 4-letter last name, okay? And very much, you come to the conclusion of like, dang, okay, why is my last name changing? Whatever. I remember bits and pieces of the day that it changed and the things happening around it, but I knew I had to go to school, and instead of writing my 9-letter last name, I had to write my 4-letter last name. Identity crisis there, okay? Didn't understand why. Then I came to a conclusion. I was adopted. Okay, cool. You know, nothing too crazy there. Moving on in life. So, you remember the question I had all in my head of why I was the brightest one? So why did I get told that my biological family, so mind you, this is my adopted family telling me about my biological family. Me being a youngin', I don't know nothing about them. I was only 5 when I got adopted, okay? So when it came to the identity crisis of what I'm mixed with, the family told me, hey, you're mixed with Japanese and Black. Okay, keep it in mind. I might not look like it, but I took that shit and I ran with it. What else am I supposed to say? If my adults in my family are telling me, yeah, you're Japanese and Black, what else am I supposed to tell people? You feel me? So I took it and ran with it. Literally, I'm going to school and they're like, what are you mixed with? And I'm like, Japanese and Black. They're like, oh, that's pretty cool. I'm like, yeah. They're like, do you know any Japanese? No. I was adopted. Oh, that's crazy. Then it was like, I took it upon myself to learn Japanese. All for me to find out when my biological father passed, why was everybody Mexican? So I went through another identity crisis. Why in the absolute fuckeries is my biological dad side of the family all Mexicans? And my biological mother's side is Black people, right? Okay, they probably got a little mix here, a mix there, whatever. I didn't know that at the time. At the time, like I told y'all, it was like 2016 year when I found out I was not Japanese and Black, okay? I found out I was Mexican and Black. So you can see where it fucked me up, right? I'm over here learning Japanese while I should be learning Spanish. So just imagine all my friends I told, hey, yeah, I'm mixed with Japanese and Black. Yeah. And literally I had this Mexican friend, right? And we was tight, you know how in school they normally go by last names when it comes to like tests or anything, right? And in the younger grades you go by, your last names, and you honestly have your buddy throughout the years of your class grade, right? The people that you're next to when it comes to last names, right? So I had this Mexican friend. We was tight in school because I was number 8 and she was number 7. I had hella classes together, and we got so tight, and she was like, I want to see something. I'm like, okay, cool, bet. So I would ask her about her homework that she would bring to like our math class, and this was like in like junior high, going into high school at that point. And we literally had the same classes every year. And I think it was because of our last names, but it is what it is, And she would bring me her Spanish homework and be like, try to read this. Let me see. I'm just trying to see something. I'm like, okay, cool. So she puts the paper in front of me, and it's in her hand right there, whatever. And it's from her Spanish class. Mind you, she's in like Spanish 3. So I'm like, okay, I'm gonna try to read it. Fuck it. I'm trying to read the paper. She was like, for you not to know any Spanish, and you're mixed with Japanese and Black, before I found out I was Mexican. She was like, you read the Spanish really good. Like, you say the words pretty good for somebody that doesn't know any Spanish. And I'm like, yeah, I guess I do. Thank you. I appreciate it, actually. I like to be the greatest. I like to be the best. What can I say? I'm a perfectionist. Oh, bars. I'm just kidding. But, and so I would read her homework every day. Like, that became a routine. And when we got to math class, she would give me her homework from her prior class, which was her Spanish 3 class, or whatever you called it at the time. So I would read it to her, and she's like, that's pretty good. And she'll obviously correct me on the words that I didn't know. But come to find out, I'm so freaking good, it's already in the blood. So I freaking find out, literally, father passed, I go to the funeral, hella Mexicans. Mind you, I never met my biological side before that. my biological dad's side before that. So, you know, getting to meet them, I'm getting to see all these new faces and everybody that's supposed to be an auntie, uncle, cousin, yada, yada, yada. So I see my grandma and I see my grandpa from my dad's side. And I'm looking at him and I'm like, that's crazy. And I look at my dad in the casket and I'm like, damn, that's crazy. So somebody lied to me my whole life and told me I was mixed with Japanese. And I was like, what? And I was like, yeah. So that was my identity crisis, right? Moral of the story is I got told I was something I wasn't and went through life literally claiming that shit, literally being a person I was not, literally learning a language that I technically didn't have to learn, okay? I'm not fluent in it, okay? Don't ask me to say nothing. I'm still learning some words. I know how to greet somebody. That's as far as I got. But I was fucking killing shit, and I was in like 6th grade, okay? Cut me some slack. I'm still, to this day, I'm still learning Spanish. I took a Spanish class after I learned that I was Mexican. Started celebrating Cinco de Mayo. You know what I mean? Started trying to tap in to the Mexican side a little bit. And that's what happened. Yeah. Obviously, I didn't celebrate any Japanese cultures or anything like that. Like I said, my adopted side, it gave very much Black culture. It gave very much Black household. That's what it was. So I wasn't celebrating no other culture besides my Black culture. So yeah, that's what it was like growing up as a mixed kid of Black and Mexican. So for all of you guys that be like, yeah, she gotta be mixed with Black and white, you're wrong. But to all my fellow peeps that I went to school with, probably you'll never watch this video, but if you did, my bad for telling y'all I was mixed with Japanese and Black. Listen, it was told to me I had to tell y'all I was excited. They finally gave me a reason why I was so bright skinned. This was before I learned about skin colors and stuff. Very uneducated, if you will. But yeah. Now I know, and now I'm still learning, that to all my fellow adoptee people out there that are adopting kids, how about let's start giving out correct information? Let's start learning a little bit, because when those kids that you adopt have questions and you don't have the answers, how about we say we don't have an answer? And let's not come up with something because it just looks right. Okay? Thank you. Thanks for coming to my TED Talk. But I will see you guys next Friday. And today is November 8th. Oh, I love you guys very much. So if you want to say it back, you can just press the like button. Or you could send a friend over to watch the video too. I don't know how to wink, I'm not gonna lie. But yeah, tell me if you guys have ever had an identity crisis, whether it be similar to mine or not similar to mine. I will see you guys on the next video. Finish the heart, because I love you so much. And you. Ta-ta for now, darlings. I'll see you on the next video. Bye.